Hello, everyone. It is Wednesday, I tell you. How are you today? What are you all grateful for this Wednesday night? That is what we want to know. Let's see if I can get all my screens going here. There we are. What is happening in your world? Your world. What are you grateful for this Wednesday, the 7th of September? Hey, Carrie, how are you? How are things on the coast there of Florida? Great to have you with us tonight live here on this Wednesday night. Sorry I am so late, everybody. I didn't realize how ish I was until I went live, until I hit the start button. I didn't know how ish I was. That is what's so crazy. But hey, Kitty, how are you tonight? Great to have you here. I hope things are well in Illinois. I hope things are well. It has been a crazy day. Hey, Michelle, how are you, my friend? It is great to have you here. I hope all is well in Virginia or the Shenandoah Mountains, which is where I hope you really are. I hope all is well in your world. My video is frozen on us. Kitty, I will say that is a good problem. It is a good problem. We were just talking about that. We were just talking about the problems of sales being good and busy, and they used a fitting room today for incoming. They used because the back room had filled up with so much incoming of clothing. So these are problems, but good problems. Problems, but good problems. We are broadcasting tonight on both Facebook and YouTube. Any problems with Facebook? No problem with that. You just hop right on over to YouTube. Cassandra's got the link there for you in the show comments. But I did get out for a walk tonight, actually with my bride tonight. Sandra and I got out and did a little walk tonight. Called for darkness though, because it is getting dark earlier. We covered that, but it is getting dark earlier. So we stopped our walk because it was dark out there. I think a couple bugs got me too, though. I'm a little itchy now. But yeah, I like it. It has been a good start. By us, school is just really starting. A lot of the schools here have just opened this week, either the end of last week or this week, which is normally actually a pause for us. Usually that first week, 10 days of school, we get a little bit of a slowdown as everybody gets back into the routine. But no rest for us. I mean, it was busy, and Cassandra seemed to get pulled in a bunch of different directions today up at the stores. She was trying to work on stuff at the warehouse and got pulled in a bunch of directions. But that happens sometimes. That happens. I've been at my desk all day talking to several of you and trying to find my desk. I'm trying to find my desk. It is nice to not be on the road for the first time in a while. At least a few days. I'm headed to visit with your friends in D.C., your favorite legislators in D.C. the end of next week, sometime next week. I've lost track of days, but sometime next week. Let's get started with the Good Morning, Good Night book. Not the good morning. I see how upside down I am. I mean, I might as well be a full moon today. Not the full moon to the weekend, I think. The Stay Positive book, people. The Stay Positive book is how we start. Tonight we're on page 128. Believe, read, and repeat. I expect great things to happen today. I trust in God's plan for my life. I accept all the love, joy, abundance, and success in my life. I accept all the people who want to work with me and benefit from my gifts and talent. Every day I am getting stronger, healthier, and better. There you go, people. That is the first part of the passage here in the Stay Positive book. In the Stay Positive book. But there's a lot going on out there. There's a lot going on in the world. So let's talk about it and how it applies to you. Let's get started with what's happening and how it applies to you. Consumer confidence has risen for the first time in 4 months. Consumers were more confident in August as they grew more optimistic about the economy and gas prices declined. I got 308 tonight. We have in the town we live in, we have a gas war going on between the two gas stations right now. It is an all-out war, and the mighty consumer is winning. And 308 tonight. I was excited by that. So the index of consumer confidence was up to 103.2, up from 95.3 in July, after months of consecutive declines. And purchasing intentions by consumers increased after a July pullback. And vacation intentions reached an 8-month high. 8-month high. Yeah, that's a great question, Michelle. Hey, Pat in the Peanut Gallery. It was great talking to you today, Pat. That's actually a really good question for us to dive into. Part of it is actual, I believe, but I'll have to see if I can find how that is actually calculated. I'm writing myself a note right now, Michelle, so that we can get beyond the number. Because all in all, you paid $439 today, but Michelle, you probably put premium in that in your nice SUV. I don't think you've gotten your new one yet. You're in your sports car. You probably put premium, and I'm able to put regular in mine. Gas prices are on the decline, which is good. And that does help. But there are wins. There are some negative wins. I don't like to be negative. I like to be realistic. But especially in areas, the heating season is coming upon us. The heating season is. Well, you're a premium gal, Michelle. I would expect nothing else but premium from you. You are a premium gal. It is a what am I typing here? Hello. Why isn't my computer typing? I wanted to get you, we're headed into the heating season, which is expected to be expensive, but I wanted to share a stat with you. And this is an important figure. Hey, Kim, how are you? So energy prices are rise. Gas prices is what gets people, because gas prices is in people's face. All you have to do in any town in the country is just drive down the street, and they have those big signs telling you how much it is. And people are using overall less gas than they used in 2019 because they're driving less, but that's irrelevant to the topic because people feel it psychologically when they see it. And this is a recurring theme. How do you invest to get more with what you're already doing? How do you invest to get more with what you're already doing? And one of the investments we as a company made this year was in moving to LED lighting. Moving to LED lighting. Now, the cost of energy, gas and electric, my stores run on gas and electric, gas, heat, and electric. My home runs on, obviously, we have electric, we have oil heat and propane heat. So we have, so I really get an interesting mix of utilities going here. But we did make the conscious decision to invest, because it's like, how do you stretch your dollar? What can you be doing in your business to stretch things and make things work better for you? And I have some stats on that here, and I wanted to share with you. Hang on 1 second for me to pull it, because I wanted to give you some real numbers on this. 184. Not that button. I hit the wrong button. I'm hitting the wrong button. But come on here. I know the joys of technology, people. Through August in through August, my home utility costs are up 37%. The costs of heating, cooling, everything else for my home is up 37%. Just the cost, and most of that is oil. I mean, the some of that's electric, but oil is more than double what I spent in the previous year through August. I'm at double what I spent on oil. So that's that. But the overall energy costs for my house are up 37%, and that's probably typical for most households. For business, one of the things we did in business, and my house is already all LED, I think, except for one lamp that Nana really loves. But in the business, we made the investment in LED, and our costs, with the drop in electric costs, our utilities through August, okay, January through August of this year versus last year. This year has cost me 60 cents more, 60 cents on the 8 months. So less than 10 cents extra a month because of the investments we made to conserve energy. So, how do you take control of something that's uncontrollable? You do what you can, but that change to our lighting has been huge. So, because if I didn't, we'd be looking at, and as I look at this, our electric bill has dropped dramatically. Our gas bill is higher. I got this up on the screen. Our electric bill, our gas bill is up about 25%, and our electric bill is down about 25%. So, and that results in a net of 60 cents difference in utilities year over year. So versus a 37% change at home. So, these costs are real. Okay, the costs of doing business, the costs of what you're doing are real, but you need to change and adapt your business to control whatever cost you can. And this is where a story of what Panera is doing is is along the right mindset. It isn't what you are going to do in your store, but it is the right mindset. And here's where I'm going with it. Panera is introducing artificial intelligence at the drive-thru so that they don't have to have somebody sitting there answering, would you like, well, Panera is not going to ask you if you want fries with that, but Tori is their AI. So they are installed at select stores in the greater Rochester, New York area. With voice automated ordering for drive-through orders, and then pay your Panera associate. So but that's a step that Panera is using to take control of costs, okay, and to take control of the ever-changing costs of running a business. Labor is tight. It's harder to find people, but how do you get more efficient? And that's what Panera is doing. We've taken control of some of our utility costs, okay, and gotten control of that. And I'd love to get my house costs, more under control, but there's just, not much I can do with that right now, especially with the heating component being oil. But how do you take control and wrap your arms around it? And where can you use technology in your business to save time, to save labor, to save steps? Because steps matter. Steps in your business matter. And so taking control of that and grabbing that bull by the horns to take steps out of things is huge. Demand is growing. So talking to you clothing store retailers, demand is growing for gender neutral clothing. We've talked about this before, that stores are moving to some gender neutrality. California actually has a law that was passed about some of that. But gender neutrality in clothing, and growing for an inclusive shopping experience. And are changing the way labels and sizing work. The binary gender view of gender, and luxury brands are leading the way with this. 11 gender-neutral launches from major brands occurred in categories such as apparel, beauty, accessories, and more, according to the study. And one of the headlines is "Make sexy tops and put them on men." What's wrong with this Under Armour polo? This isn't sexy. Okay, I don't know, but that is one of the areas that is being looked at, and beyond oversized shirts. So just know that it's a category that is growing, okay, and that it is making there are inroads happening in that category of gender inclusive clothing. And quite honestly, the store of the future is going to look different with that. When you don't categorize stores as boy, girl, or men, women, and the lines start to blur a little bit in different categories of it all. I've been told I need to get some Lululemon men's pants. That the men's pants from Lululemon are amazing. I have yet to get them, but I have been told that is something I need to check out, in a brand that is mostly thought of for women's clothing. With all the bad news coming out of Target, okay, you would think they'd be getting rid of their CEO, but actually their CEO is the poster child for change and evolution since he's been with the company since 2014. He has constantly worked to reinvent Target. One of his key innovations, that he has continued to double down on and has paid huge rewards. Most of the negative with Target in the last this year has been around inventory issues, okay, that have affected profitability, which no company has been immune from. No traditional retailer has, anyways. But they just signed the Target CEO for 3 more years, and they got rid of the ceiling, the retirement ceiling that required retirement age of 65. But he's really being kept on because of his ability to innovate and change. But it's also where his biggest innovations have come isn't in technology just for the sake of technology. His biggest innovations have come by investing in their stores. Okay, investing in their stores, investing in their connections in their stores, and investing with how consumers connect and shop in their stores has been a huge investment for the company, spending billions. That Wall Street actually at the time each of their investments has said, "What are you doing, man?" But each of their investments that this CEO Brian Cornell has paid off and paid off to get him another contract, which isn't something you hear too often in with retail CEOs getting signed on for a renewal. Bed Bath & Beyond, we've talked about them a lot in the news. Okay, we've talked about Bed Bath & Beyond a lot in the news. And the real crux of it, I mean, they're in financial trouble. Their CFO committed suicide, as we know. They do have a lot of issues. They do have a lot of issues with it. And they are laying off about 20% of its corporate and supply chain staff and going to close more than 150 stores. But here is what's interesting. Their turnaround plan took a good look in the mirror and said, we need to return to the core of who we are, the core of the product that we are, the core of the store that we were. Okay, the store that made the core of the store that made us who we were. That they lost sight trying to be everything to everyone rather than be who they were to their customer. Bigger isn't better. Okay, bigger for the sake of bigger does not make better. Okay, being better allows you to be bigger. Being better allows you to be bigger. And so that is a key, a very big key is being better allows you to be bigger. Okay, but bigger doesn't mean more stores. It is, I need more square footage. We see that all the time in this industry. I see it time and time again. I need a bigger store, and I got to have more space, or I need more stores because I have so much stuff, rather than just focusing on your core product, your core customer. And, time will tell whether Bed Bath & Beyond actually is able to execute this plan and survive it. I mean, they're in a lot of financial trouble, and they have some very expensive money that they've borrowed, some very expensive loans. And so time will tell whether they pull that off. But it is truly very interesting to see that they understand that is a necessity. What makes us tick and what are our roots? And if we can return to our core of what our customer wanted us, what our customer loved us for in the beginning, we can be great again. And so it'll be interesting to see if they can pull that out and turn that around. But that is what they're looking at. I like tonight's quote from Simon, our quote from Simon Sinek tonight. Excitement comes from the achievement. Fulfillment comes from the journey that gets us there. Excitement comes from the achievement. Fulfillment comes from the journey that gets us there. Yes, indeed, people. Yes, indeed. According to a survey from Numerato, okay, a solid majority of customers will spend at least $100 this holiday season. And I know that doesn't sound like much, but it is a great amount. And actually, the percentages of people that will spend more than that are significant. 6 in 10 expect to spend more than $200 on holiday purchases. Another 12% will spend $150 to $200, and 8% will spend $100 to $150, meaning about 8 in 10 will spend a minimum of $100 during the 2022 holiday season. And it's not too hard to spend $100, okay? I mean, and I know that doesn't sound like much, but here's why that number is important. Okay, with holiday shopping, for all that people are not regimented or budgeted, okay, the holidays, they say they're going to spend, I have this much to spend on the holidays, and they're generally stick within that line, okay? Mine's going to be Disney themed gifts this year, in case you're unsure again. But the important thing is be ready to sell them early. Again, everything is earlier. So if you are not ready to sell gifts now, if you aren't getting gift type items and thinking holidays out there now, I mean, we've had Christmas out there since the 1st, and it's selling like crazy. Okay, I mean, when I'm looking at the sales report and seeing, I'm kind of scratching my head. Really, we sold all this Christmas? You're kidding me. Okay, but it is real and it is selling. But if somebody only has $100 to spend, or $200, or $1,000 to spend, okay, when they see that, when that money's gone, the shopping stops. So the earlier you get your share of it, okay, the less discounting you will do, the more of it you will sell, and the more of their dollars you will capture. The more you are ready now to capture that holiday ideal, it is important, which is why, hang on a second, make myself a note. I got to order more peanut butter cups because I know I'm low on those. I'm going to write myself an order. You guys know my big peanut butter cups, but I need to order some more of those so that we are capturing people's stocking stuffer needs. And we are staying on top of that. I gotta reach out to my friend Aaron and order some more because you can't beat those peanut butter cups. So but that is real. One of the areas of inflation that people have focused on is that people have sought relief on. I need to order some of those from you. All right, Kitty. Well, maybe I'll bring them with me to Chicago when we come. Those peanut butter cups are awesome. They really are. They're amazing. The U.S. Trade Representative said is asking to continue the tariffs, the China tariffs. So it's a yin yang with the Biden administration on that. There's some in the administration that talk about not continuing the tariffs as a way to ease inflation. Other people talk about it as a gimmick. And the reality is that that they're not going anywhere anytime soon. And so the U.S. Trade Representative is the one they sort of throw under the bus for that, delivering that message, and say she's the bad one that's keeping them on there. It makes your goods look more affordable. So right now, where we are resale stores, I'll take that. If that drives people to resale from buying new, I'll take it right now. While we're talking politics, with the student loan forgiveness, I think Facebook just died on me. I don't know what happened here. Hang on a second. Whoa. That that was weird. I don't know what happened with Facebook there, but I'm back on for a couple minutes here. I'll cover that tomorrow because I lost everybody. But and I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. We haven't had a Facebook problem like that in a long time. Really kind of weird how that just went down. There I am. Really kind of weird. How that why that's going on. I'm not sure quite why Facebook hiccuped on me there. But with the student loan forgiveness, I just want to let you know, because I know some of you either have student loans that'll be forgiven, have kids with student loans that may get forgiven, or have employees with student loans who are worried about it. And what I want to tell you with it is that there are some states, kind of like with the PPP, there are some states that will tax it, and I don't know the. I am guessing that will get. They will change that, but right now there's several states that will tax it. North Carolina is really the poster child for it, but it is taxable in some states. But as if the loan forgiveness actually happens, it will probably, those states will get in line just out of peer pressure. Lastly, what I wanted to cover, one other way to save money that I wanted to talk about was because how do you get more dollars? How do you free up more dollars for things you're already doing? Shopify is now giving, in an effort for them to get more cash, if you prepay your plan, your Shopify plan by the year, I don't recommend the 3-year, even though it saves more money, but that's just me. I don't like to get into agreements for much more than a year. You save 10% on a year plan, 20% on a 2-year plan, and 25% on a 3-year plan with Shopify. And that is real money there, folks. So if you can save a little bit of money, I am all down with that. I am all down with saving some money. So, but that is something that they've been starting to push, probably because to improve their performance to Wall Street. But if it can save you on your bottom line for something you're going to do anyways and continue to have a vibrant website, then I am all for it. You know what else I'm all for? This video and everything I talk about goes over to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yes, you can ring the bell so you know when another one drops. You can also share it with all your friends in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody continue to grow their business and grow a more profitable one. I am here every Sunday and Wednesday at More 8 Than Ish live in the Next Level Resale Consulting public Facebook page, and streaming on the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store. If you are a Next Level Resale member and you have not seen the special announcement in the private group of what's happening in Chicago in October, make sure you check that out. We start the program every night with the Stay Positive book. That's how we roll. Stay positive, people. Tonight we're on page 128. Believe, read, and repeat. I expect great things to happen today. I trust in God's plan for my life. I accept all the love, joy, abundance, and success in my life. I accept all the people who want to work with me and benefit from my gifts and talents. Every day I am getting stronger, healthier, and better. Expect challenges, adversity, rejection, and negativity, but have an even greater expectation that you will overcome them. Yes, you will. Stay positive, people. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even. We will party. Yes, we will. And when we do, I'm going to be there with you. But until then, and until Sunday at More 8 Than Ish, know that you and especially you. Yes, you. You're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. I will see you on Sunday.